Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and on this channel I don't typically do unboxings. I usually get my hands dirty with something, use it for a while, and get an opinion on it before I actually bring it in front of you guys. But I like watching unboxings, so I figured I would try one out today. And we're going to do a pretty easy one, as a matter of fact. We're going to be taking a look at an American-made AK-47 from Riley Defense. This is the AK-47-C, which stands for Classic. So we're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of this rifle, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it right out of the box. This channel is proud to be supported by the Firearms Policy Coalition. Make sure you check that link in the description box, become a member, and donate when you can, because these guys are fighting for our Second Amendment rights every single day, and we have to support the people that support us. Also, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to my Patreon members, because you guys help keep the lights on around here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Again, this is the Riley Defense AK-47-C. C is for Classic. This is also known as the AK-47. It's an American-made AK. Comes in at a pretty good price. You're going to be able to find these for around that $600 mark. So let's go ahead and open it up, show you guys what it comes with, which is not very much. It's kind of basic and simple packaging. So here we have the rifle itself. It's held in place by cardboard. We have one 30-round magazine included. They also make this in a California compliant model as well, so it's going to have a featureless grip on it, and it will ship with a 10-round magazine. Now, this magazine happens to be a TAPCO, but you guys may know that TAPCO is no longer in business. So from what I understand, in the future, these are probably going to be shipping with X-Tech tactical magazines, which is great because the X-Tech AK mags are probably my favorite AK mags out there, and I've used quite a bunch. So let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box, and we'll talk about the features and the specs and what I think about it overall. Okay, so here's a closer look at the rifle. Now, obviously, this is not going to be a full review. It is going to be a partial review because I can still review the fit and finish as it comes out of the box. But I want to put about 12 or 1,300 rounds through this before I come back to you guys with my opinion and let you know how this thing ran. So today, again, is going to be a first impressions. We'll go over some of the tech specs and details, and I'll let you know a little bit about this $600-ish American-made AK. So let's go ahead and start off with the stock. Now, this is a very nice stock, solid wood teak. Teak is an excellent wood, especially to be used in firearms because it is extremely strong. As a matter of fact, teak used to be used in shipbuilding because of its, not only its strength, but its ability to resist dry rot, which is great for a firearm that could get wet, damp, or, just completely soaked. So something like this in a strong, very dense wood is fantastic. It's got a very nice finish to it. The finish has a very nice color. Everything seems to be fit on there nice and tight. It does have a solid steel end plate to it, so there's not going to be any trap door in the back. There is a little sling swivel on the bottom right there. And then we also have solid teak wood for our handguard, again in the same finish. And what's nice is that the finish matches pretty much perfect. I've had some in the past where the match is just a little bit off, so you might end up with a handguard that's just slightly lighter than the buttstock. And I know that's not a really big deal, right? It's just looks, but still, I think that it's nice that the attention to detail is there to where the handstock and the handguard, and the buttstock match up. Now, as far as the receiver and the cover go, this is honestly one of the nicest finishes that I've seen on an AK. Even AKs that cost 3 times as much. The finish on this is extremely nice. It's very flat, so it doesn't have any reflective surfaces on it whatsoever. It's just got that really nice flat finish to it, and I gotta say that if anything, this has probably one of the best finishes that I've seen on an AK, period. Now, other than the finish, we have a fully heat-treated stamped mil-spec lower receiver. The rivets seem to be in there nice and tight. Nothing has any give, nothing has any play. We have a forged trunnion, forged bolt, forged carrier, 16¼ inch barrel. It's 4150 steel, and it has been nitride treated both inside and out. Nitriding is a great process. It does permeate the steel several microns deep. So when you see something that's been nitrided start to wear and, maybe kind of some of the black starts to go away and you can see some of the silver showing through, it's still protected steel because, again, that nitriding process actually permeates that steel, and so the nitriding is actually set in the steel. So if you start to take off some of that finish, you still have that corrosion protection, and it's going to help with the wear on the inside of the barrel as well. So, you're just going to have something that's going to resist rust and it's going to last you for a long time. So again, 4150, which is a nice strong steel, and you also have the nitride treatment. So it's a pretty nice AK. I got to say, overall first impressions so far are fantastic. Now, another nice thing I like about this AK-47-C right out of the box is that they didn't seem to skimp on features. This thing actually has a lot of features on it. One thing that companies will omit to try and save money, even though it's not a very expensive part, is that they will get rid of this rail right here for a scope. So you can see right here, pinned into the side of the receiver, we have this accessory rail that will allow you to put a rail on the top and then mount a red dot or mount a magnified optic, something like that. And these days, people are putting optics on pretty much everything. So at least, even if you don't use it, just the fact that you have the option to use it, I think is a good selling point. Another nice thing that they did here is they actually put on an extended magazine release. So instead of the magazine release being a little bit more short and nubby, this one sticks out just a little bit longer and just helps you actuate it a little bit faster to get some of those, I would say, more sticky type mags out. I have a couple other AKs that tend to get stuck with certain magazines, and so having that little bit of extension is going to allow you to get a little bit more leverage on there and be able to rip those mags out a little bit faster. Now, on the other side here, you can see that on our safety, it actually has a bolt hold open feature. Now, this feature is very easy. It's not like it's some major thing that you have to install, so I'd like to see this a little bit more, but it's nice to have it on this Riley Defense. So there's a little notch cut out into the safety. You go ahead, you bring your bolt back, you pull up on that safety, and it locks into that little spot. Another nice thing about this is that they also have this little extension so that if you want to drop the bolt, your finger just comes forward like this, and instead of reaching all the way out here where there's typically this little shelf at the end, it does have this little rounded off feature, so it's not going to hurt your finger when you push on it. And all you have to do is simply push that down. It's a little bit stuck right now. Push that down and you can release the bolt home. So I like that a lot. Again, it's it's stops. There's a little notch here on the top of the dust cover, and that won't allow it to have any over travel. And then there is this little pin on the side right here that won't allow it to go down too far. So again, no over travel on the safety whatsoever, but you can lock this bolt back into the safety. So if you need to lock it back for whatever reason, I mean, let's say you're at a range and the range officer says, okay, lock your bolts back and let me go ahead and inspect them, you can go ahead and you can do that with this. So again, it's just little things, but nice features that they've added here. I think you get a pretty good value out of this, and value is kind of where a lot of people want to see things these days. Things are getting tight for a lot of people out there. A lot of people have families, kids, they get very expensive, and so when you look for an AK, you don't want to spend $1,400 on an AK or more. You want to find something that's going to work, it's going to run everything, and so far, I mean, obviously I haven't put a single round through this, but so far, at least the fit, the finish, and all the parts seem great. So we got a few different mags here we're going to try out. This comes with one Tapco mag for now. You guys know the Tapco recently went under, and so you're not going to have your Tapco mags anymore. I believe they're going to be going with X-Tech tactical mags, which is great because the X-Tech mags are actually some of my favorites. These things are extremely strong. They're very robust. These are very, very nicely made mags. I've made a video on this one here before, but I have tried this already with several different magazines. So we have our Tapco mag, we have our X-Tech tactical mag. I have installed a couple P-mags just to make sure that nothing sticks. We have Bulgarian magnets stuck here, Bulgarian magazines, and then just standard American 10-round magazines for compliance. So again, this is the Riley Defense AK-47-C. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Make sure that you support the Firearms Policy Coalition, become a member, donate when you can, because these are the people that are fighting for our Second Amendment rights every single day. And I want to thank my Patreons very much for helping to support this channel and helping to keep the lights on. You guys are fantastic. So thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.